Welcome to a journey of spices, excitement, experiences, and stories of good flavor meeting great vegetables and fruits right here on AUMcuisine. Namaskaram and welcome to another episode of AUMcuisine, authentic, universal, meditative. We're going to be making a really good blend of Californian and Kerala cuisine. So asparagus is lovely. We get some amazing asparagus in California, and at the same time I'm going to make it in an Indian style called Thoran, which is a side that is used when we eat rice and curry, and then this vegetables on the side. So on a really hot pan, I'm going to start out with some coconut oil, and make sure you use coconut oil for this recipe. First of all, it has an entire gamut of health benefits. But in addition to that, the flavor of Kerala is pretty much capsuled in coconut oil, which is so important. Lots of lauric acid, prevents infection, medium chain fatty acids, very nourishing to the human body. So as that coconut oil is simmering, I'm going to be adding in some mustard seeds. Mustard seeds are an absolute must when you are making a thoran like this. Not only does it pop beautifully with a certain charm which is completely Indian. And then I'm going to be putting in very few coriander seeds. And then I'm going to be putting in some cumin seeds. These are the three things together which are like almost like the holy trinity of getting everything spiced. It's beautiful. I like to put in some curry leaves for them to completely splatter. And then to that, I'm going to be adding in some onions. What's beautiful about this is that it already smells wonderful. It has this wonderful flavor that I can almost taste, and I'm just smelling it. It's so lovely. And to that, I always like to add about half a teaspoon of ginger, which is minced, and about half a teaspoon of garlic that is minced. Allow that to nicely warm up, and that's very important. You don't want it to burn, but you want it to warm up. And the whole idea is that once this has all the flavor in it, it's going to be so much easier to translate that and infuse the entire asparagus with it. So this is my real go-to recipe. When some of my friends who are international are coming over, they love this recipe because it's something familiar, which is the asparagus, and it's the flavors that they're not very familiar with, but at the same time they love the taste of it. I think of cooking like music, Sometimes we don't have to understand all the lyrics to really appreciate the song. I'm going to be putting in some chili flakes. I do like a little bit of heat in this recipe. And decide based on your audience, on who likes the heat. You want to perhaps increase it, but if not, just let it go. Then I'm going to be putting in turmeric. I like putting in turmeric right at this juncture. And to this I will add about a small handful of coconut. So that way the coconut, which is kind of making the masala right here, is going to have that yellow, and then we'll use this towards the end of the recipe. So easily done, but as I always say, do not add the salt. You don't really want the salt right now, and it's really going to cause too much of an issue with the flavors coming together. I like to add a little bit of cardamom, just so it gives you a little bit of sweetness with all that rustic flavor, and then add all of that lovely asparagus. So this is a very common thing. People are like, you added the asparagus, aren't you going to be adding some water to make sure it cooks faster? Yes, it will cook faster if you add water, but the flavor is not going to be perfect. The best way to allow the flavor to be perfect, as well as ensuring the al dente of the asparagus has many factors. But for this particular recipe, I love the asparagus to do its own sweating so that these flavors intermingle really well. And mix it up really nicely so that the asparagus is completely cooking through. Give that about 5 minutes, and then it'll be time to plate up. Okay, so now you can add salt to taste. I don't really like to add salt right in the beginning because it interferes with the cooking time of the asparagus. And I've also noticed when I was doing my little experiments that it interferes with the color of the asparagus. I don't quite know why. I haven't figured out the chemical nuances of it yet. But this is amazing. It's going to be time to plate up. Oh, it smells divine. So divine. And super easy. And it's a fantastic side for just about anybody. So sometimes you can even serve this really like a salad and it'll be just fine. Just absolutely love it. So this is my new thing. I do like, little shallow aspects of the bowl like that. It's beautiful, and not too much coconut, but just a little bit of coconut here and there to make this perfect. So we have to do a taste test, and the cooking of the asparagus is just perfect. It's not soggy, it's still vibrant, and the flavors, oh my god, it is amazing. It's like Kerala just coming together and giving a little peck on the cheek to California. Well, we are getting ready for Valentine's Day, so until we see you again in another episode of AUMcuisine, this is Vaidya Priyanka.